Alright, guys, very warm welcome to our YouTube channel, Learn with Ravi. And in the sequence of our last chapter, we are ready to upload the new one. And again, like this is a poem written by Robert Frost. Title of the poem is Fire and Ice. So you all are already aware regarding our YouTube channel's name. It's Learn with Ravi. Don't forget to hit the bell icon, subscribe it out, and comment whether you like or dislike the video. Do share your opinion because that matters. Now let's move on. The summary of the content contains this few items like short synopsis of the poem, and this is designed for CBSE class 10th, followed by summary, explanation, central theme, conclusion, and yes, the name of the poem is Fire and Ice. Poet's name Robert Frost. So this is our team, already mentioned in the last few videos. Now moving on to the chapter. So this is a poem written by Robert Frost, wherein fire and ice, he has clearly emphasized on fire and ice. And fire and ice expresses the profound idea that the world will end in either of the two ways, either by ice or by fire. Both the components are compared with self destructing human emotions, hatred and desire. So, fire stands for hatred and ice stands for desire. You can make a note of it very clearly. Fire stands for hatred, ice stands for desire. The poem very artistically underpins the philosophy that we let our emotions rule us, and if we don't control them, they will surely destroy everything around us. Similarly, Robert Frost thinks that fire and ice both are just as competent in bringing the world to a catastrophic end. So, together they can finish the world, or one alone is sufficient enough to finish the world. Now, let me tell you, you can make a note. Fire here stands for greed, conflict, fury, cruelty, lust, avarice, and I stands for insensitivity, coldness, intolerance, indifference, rigidity, and hatred. So the central theme of the poem is Fire and Ice is a bleak poem that highlights human beings' talent for self-destruction. So we people are self-talented to destroy the entire universe. The poem is a work of eschatology writing about the end of the world, which is clearly mentioning that how the world is going to end, and poses two possible causes for the end, which is fire and desire. The poet uses these natural elements as symbols for desire and hatred, respectively arguing that both emotions left unchecked have the capacity to destroy civilization today. Let's move on. And here goes our poem. Some say the world will end in fire, some say in ice. From what I have tasted of desire, I hold with those who favor fire. But if it had to perish twice, I think I know enough of it to say that for destruction, ice is also great and would suffice. So let's move on to the literary devices used in the chapter. Yes, assonance has been used. Assonance, you all are already aware that the repetition of vowels. Alliteration, yes, repetition of consonant sounds. Imagery, you can see that some say the world will end in fire, and to say that for destruction is also great. So it's it's implemented in such a way to make readers perceive things involving their own senses. So using your own senses, you need to imagine the things that in what way it's going to happen. Symbolism, yes, fire and ice. And next, clear-cut use of personification, wherein fire and ice giving human qualities to both of them. Ensampment, yes, sentence are continued. Anaphora, yes. Rhyming scheme is ABA, ABC, and BCB. And iambic tetrameter is yes, iambic tetrameter has also been included. Some say the world will end in fire. So clear cut use of iambic tetrameter. I hope you all are already aware regarding literary devices. If no, you can easily ask your teacher and they can conclude it out. Or in case somebody wants to know about the various literary devices, you can simply mention it in the comments and we can get back to you with the same. Now let me explain you the chapter. The major theme on the chapter Fire and Ice is hatred and power of emotions are the major themes of the poem. The poem discusses the destructive feature of human emotions. The poet uses the symbol of fire and ice to show how desire and hatred contribute to making the world. stand at the verge of chaos. Also, these powerful emotions will eventually drag the world towards a catastrophic end. Fire stands for greed, cruelty, fury, lust, and avarice, whereas I stands for insecurity, coldness, intolerance, indifference, rigidity, and hatred. Now, let me explain you what does it mean by greed, conflict, fury, lust. So we can see that nowadays what it is happening in the world is like we are already having something at our disposal, but we need more or more on day-to-day basis because our needs are getting unfulfilled, our desires are getting unfulfilled. We need to store something for today and we need to secure our future also. So in that greed, we are trying to secure as many materialistic things as much as they are possible for a human to collect at their disposal. So we are becoming greedy day by day. We are having conflict in our mind, conflict in the sense, conflict in terms of ideas, conflict in terms of moral values, conflict in terms of educational values, conflict in terms of societal values. And lust, yes, see why this type of chapters are basically included in class 9th and 10th curriculum is to let you people aware regarding the cultural aspects of the society. You all are entering into your teenage and you can easily get inclined, diverted towards those things which are having gain for shorter period of time, right? But the moment you completely attain your poverty, you will realize that the things which were distracting you in finding your mission, those were for a short period of time. So the prime focus here of of the poet is to make you all aware regarding the materialistic things are not really meant to destruct or meant to destroy our long cherished ambitions and goals. If we are having a clear cut ambitions, we must be motivated enough to take into the consideration well-being of all the people associated with us and nearby. We need to take care of the humanity also while moving ahead on the path of success. So by meaning of greed, conflict, fury, cruelty, and lust, and moreover, often yes, there was another poem I remember wherein the writer poet was wishing to return to the holy city of Byzantium. Yes, if you can recall it, Byzantium was a holy city which is known for the Roman goddess, and the poet desires to get return back to that place wherein the value of love was real in terms. It was not of lust, which we can see nowadays across the globe. Young generations are finding themselves involved and lost in the arms of each other without thinking about the repercussions, without thinking about the values, without thinking about the cultural aspects, without thinking that yes, they are born in the society to find out some better alternate ways of life, to lead an example. But more often, they are quite inclined towards this short term gains. So, as a teacher, this is our prime responsibility to make you all aware that, guys, short term gains are non materialistic. You need to concentrate on your goal. And once you achieve the goal, you can easily get all these things, whatever you wanted at this point of time. So, that's all. And now, talking about the eyes. I stands for insensitivity, coldness, intolerance, indifference, rigidity, and hatred. Yes, we have developed a sense of hatred towards our own brothers, towards our own family members, and the people surrounding us. Why? Because we are trying to run ahead of each and every member. We are trying to get everything, every possible comfort only for us, only for our society, and only for our family. We are not caring this nation as a whole. So let's move on to the next. Here, the poet says that some people agree that the world will end in fire, while some says that it will end in ice. But from what the speaker has known of desire, he agrees with those who hold that the world is to be consumed by the great fire, that is the fire of desire. So we need to satisfy our wants. We need to get satisfied with the things which we are having at our disposal. We must not demand more and more out of nature because even nature Natural resources or nature's power has certain limitations to tolerate. Right? So, the poem expresses that the profound idea that the world will end up in either of the two ways, either by ice or either by fire. One group is favoring the opinion that someday the Earth's core will get so heated up that it will lead to the fire, destroying the Earth's surface. And on the other hand, the second group sees that if the temperature goes down to an extent that makes life on Earth impossible, it would have the same catastrophic effects. And the poet then compares fire and ice with the destructive features of human emotions, desire and hatred. Do remember, fire stands for desire and ice stands for hatred. And then Robert Frost clearly says that from what he is aware about fiery desires, he would favor the one who say that it would be fire. By saying so, he brings about the idea that human beings let their emotions rule them, and consequences of unmonitored longing is chaos. And in the same sequence, we can easily conclude that the poem is revolving around the theme that human emotions are destructive and has two possible forms, hatred and desire. Now, again, the poet experiences the romantic desire that he had taught the passion of emotions like love and lust. This will probably have the power to turn the earth into a big firewall. So, but he has also experienced the other extreme side. This is about colder emotions like hatred, which have great destructive power. So, it's a common fact that love gets all the publicity, whereas hate is the silent killer. It may not have the same effect as the firewall ending, but it will do the trick. So, both like fire and ice can end the world together, or one alone is sufficient enough to finish the world. So, I guess, guys, everything is clear now. And even I've mentioned about the literary devices, I may mention about the critical analysis. And if anything left, you can simply put it out here in the comment box. Now, rhyming scheme is yes, ABA, ABC, BCB. And to conclude it out, everything is mentioned over there here. Nothing is missed out. So you can subscribe to our channel, hit the bell icon, and in case something which is undesirous, you can mention those things in the comment box so that we can get back to you. And our next chapter will be Nelson Mandela. So stay tuned in, guys, and thank you all for your time. You all have a good day ahead.